got a purpose in this life. While we on this earth, gang. Find your dedicated lane. The time is now, the time is here. Round up the soldiers and lend me your ear. Pick your head up, stick your chest out, be strong, listen closely, cause men can't always be wrong. Steve-O, JB, B Hudson and T Swin. Gon' get your mind right, let's dive in the deep end and attack the issues and problems that hound us today. Yeah, we out here in the field, but we ain't coming to play. We all shepherds trying to keep the flock from going astray. If you wanna be the change, then let's be it today. Now there's always obstacles that's gonna get in your way, but it's important how you handle it, maneuver and pray. We keep you up to date with current affairs. We all know that the structure been broken, so let's make the repairs. There's a culture trying to cancel us and give you a spin, but you can come and get the truth from this panel of men. We on 10, going in, let the speech be free. We about to knock down the doors, you can keep the key. God first, then man, so let's execute the plan and deliver the message so the people can understand. Like, the time is now, the time is here. Round up the soldiers and lend me your ear. Pick your head up, stick your chest out, be strong, listen closely, cause men can't always be wrong. The time is now, the time is here. Round up the soldiers and lend me your ear. Pick your head up, stick your chest out, be strong, listen closely, cause men can't always be wrong. Men can't always be. Men can't always be. Men can't always be wrong.
What up, everybody? It's your guy T Swin, man. You guys are back with the Men Can't Always Be Wrong podcast. We got a good show for you guys tonight. This is brought to you by CTR Media Network. I'm your guy T Swin, destined to win, Mr. Reloaded. And I'm gonna let my other co-hosts introduce themselves.
How's it going, everybody? It's your man Jay Bean. This is your average Joe, giving you an honest opinion.
All right.
Hey, this is Hubman Cop. I'm your servant, and I'm looking forward to interacting with all of y'all and doing what's needed to make sure that we take life to the next level.
All right.
What's good is LDC1, and I'm here to cause problems. Yeah, let's get it started.
All right, y'all, man. We got a good show for y'all, man. Our toxic relationship episode got a lot of feedback from the ladies. So tonight we have some female guests on to come and voice their point of view on our episode and the topic. I'm about to bring the ladies in. I'd like to introduce y'all to Miss Amazon Goddess and Miss Tiff B.
Hello.
How you doing, Miss Amazon Goddess?
I'm good.
See, your camera's off right now. Your camera's off.
My camera's off?
Yes, ma'am. Hold on, let me get you straight. All right. The technical difficulties. It's all good. So, Miss Tiff B, introduce yourself to the people.
I'm Tiff B. I'm here to cause problems.
Oh, we got two troublemakers tonight.
Oh, dang.
Gotcha. Yeah. I toxic relationship video, man. He got a lot of feedback. Brian, especially, man, he got a lot of input on the feedback. Or what people were saying, what the ladies were saying about us, and what we just telling our stories and our experiences, man. Hey, bro, what's some of the feedback you got, man?
Why you bashing us? Why it sound like you talking about? I mean,
why you gotta use that voice though?
Oh, because that's how y'all sound.
That's not how they said it. I'm sure.
My own mama called me. That's how she sounded. I say, "Mama, I love you. Mama, put you in check behind this one, man." Nah. I told my mama, I said, I grew up in the house. Mama, I said, Mama, I heard you get on the phone, tell your friends all about your men and your boyfriends, what you went through. And then as soon as men vent, it's a problem. Why is it a problem? It shouldn't be an issue. We just using our voice to say what we going through. Y'all don't think we go through toxic stuff, Miss Tiff?
Of course. If we go through it, who we gonna go through it with? We all go through it.
So why I gotta be like I was? So why when I made my pen, why women came to me like I was bashing them? Why was that?
Baby, I missed that show. They didn't send me the link, so I can't even give you 100% feedback. But I can already tell you trouble, so I already know you was wrong.
I'm not. No, ma'am. I'm very peaceful. I just like a women. But what is your opinion though? Why you think? Why do women react like that? Why is it like a defense mechanism?
I think that a man's opinion, or what's the word that I'm looking for, but the way that men look at women is over exaggerated. So I don't necessarily think that women react like that. Like, just because we have an opinion and we disagree and we strongly disagree, it's like, oh, we got an attitude, or like, oh, it's coming out too strong. I don't necessarily think that's how we mean it. That's just how y'all receive it sometimes. Maybe that's what you're used to. I don't know, but I know that a lot of times we could say things and it could be like, why are you so angry? I'm not angry. I'm just stating my opinion. It just happen to be not the same as yours. So it's just received in the wrong way sometimes.
Man, what's up, MI Enterprises? Yeah, in the chat. But I got a question though. I want to know, why is it that when men voice their opinions and tell their experiences, women just can't hear it out? They feel like they have to say something and have a rebuttal for it. We got all these outlets. For women to express, their voice and their opinion all day, and men really don't, get no lashback to the woman about that.
I don't have an answer for that. I definitely receive everything from everybody, whether I agree with it or not. So I don't have an answer for that. But I don't know a lot of those type of women. I'm not saying that they don't exist. I just don't know a lot of those type of women.
All right, we got somebody in the chat, man. Miss Shaniqua's World, Miss MI Enterprises. She says, most women do have attitude, but you are what you attract.
I don't believe that. Well, I don't know. Yeah, because I did speak on that on the first episode. I do Captain Save him sometimes, but Lord working on me. But yeah, I do believe what she did. I do believe what she said. Yeah, okay, that's true, right? But I do also believe, a lot of black women do have attitude though.
But I just feel like black women with go ahead.
Yeah.
I didn't hear you. I'm sorry, I overspoke.
It's not just black women, it's all women. It's not just black, all women.
Yeah, I feel like that too. I feel like it's all women. But like when it comes from us, oh, you just a black woman with attitude. But if it comes from a Latina, oh, she's feisty. She's spicy. Like with us, it's just, oh, you got an attitude, like you did wrong. But like you get that from all women. But from them, you guys use a different term, and it's more acceptable. But from us, we're just a black woman with attitude.
Now I'm gonna say this. I'm a travel man. I've been around the world, and all women don't have attitude, especially in other countries. It's easier to approach women in other countries. You know what I'm saying? And this is my experience, man. I spent 10 years in the military, and I've been around a lot of places. And women in other countries are easier to approach.
I mean, I feel like people that haven't really traveled the world, they say that about different cities. Like, oh, I live here in Houston, or I live there. But like when I go to Chicago or when I go to Miami, like I can approach people better. Like people say that about anywhere, like when they're traveling anywhere differently. Like that's just a common thing that you hear.
So what's the right way? So what is the correct way to approach a woman? What is the correct? What you think? Because now we got social media.
Every woman is different though. You can't approach me how you approach her. Like me myself, I hate the term sexy. Don't call me sexy. Sexy is a word that should be reserved for my man when I'm sexy. But like, I hate for a man to walk up to me, just a stranger, and just be like, "What's up, sexy?" Like, no, don't approach me like that. But some women like that. Some women need that. So how you approach one woman is not the same way you should approach another woman. Same for men. Like the way that I treat you may not necessarily mean the way that I have to treat him. So it's just different for everybody.
Now we got Expediting America. We got my boy Expediting America, man, here in the chat. He say, "Yep, agree. It's the Western culture. Women to talk, men ain't shit." So,
yes.
in your opinion, Ms. Tiff,
oh my God.
in your opinion, Ms. Tiff, do you think that's accurate? That a lot of times in this side of the country and in our culture, women to talk that men ain't shit?
Yes.
And why is that?
You agree?
I agree that women are taught men ain't shit. I agree. Yes.
Hey, where the other girl at?
I do agree with that. However, I don't feel like that. Like I'm a person that like no matter what I've been through, no matter what I've gone through, like I'm never gonna give up. You know what I mean? So like I've been taught like, yeah, men ain't shit. Like not even that I've been taught. It's just like I've been seen, like that's what I've seen. But I'm not gonna give up. That's not gonna make me say like, oh, like all men are the same, like fuck all these men. Like so yes, I do agree, but it just at the end of the day, it just depends on like who you are and who you surround yourself by. Like I see like couples and I see people being happy, and I have friends, like platonic friends, that's like good to their women, and they take care of their women and they support their women and they make sure that they're happy. So I know that good men exist. So I'm not like, yeah, all niggas ain't shit. Like I'm just not that person, you know? So I do agree, like that's what we see, that's what we learn, that's what we're taught, but it just depends on like you and like who you surround yourself by and what you do next is going to determine like if you receive that.
So terrible. That sounds so terrible. I mean, I don't even know. Dang, that's something new. So it's a taught system. But
I mean, it's the same thing as like you taught like all black women have attitudes, or like it's the same thing to me. But it's like all women have attitudes. It's the same thing. Like it's just something that's passed along. It's just something that's just passed along. Like whether you take it and you run with it or you disassociate yourself with it, like that's a you thing.
I'm gonna say this, man. All I'm gonna say, all women don't have attitudes. Now I can vouch for this, man. You can go into a corner store and there'll be a black woman behind the counter, and she'll treat everybody with respect. And then sometimes a brother will walk up to the counter and she get a frown on her face. She just scrunch up. You know, she don't even know this person. And she just he like, hold up, man, I don't know you from this city. But you just treated the white man real cool. You just treated the Hispanic guy real cool. But as soon as I walk up, you frowning up. I do not know you at all. And that's not just a one-time occurrence. That's multiple times throughout years. You know what I'm saying?
And that's something that only you can speak upon, or black men can speak upon. I'm not a black man, so I can't speak on that. You know what I mean? Like I can speak on my experiences that I've had with black men, and you could be like, oh, well, that's not me, or you know, like, so I can speak on my experiences, but like that's your experience as a black man. Like I can't. What can I say? Like that's what you've experienced. That's what you've seen your friends experience. I've never gone through that. I've never done that. So it's not really something that I can speak upon.
Yeah. Do you agree that it's so much like I'm trying to just like define relationships now today, and like you know what I'm saying, back in the day it used to be real courting where you had to actually go talk to somebody, meet them somewhere, go to church, meet them, go to the club. You had to actually meet people. But do you think social media has polluted the relationship era? Because there's so many options. Like you can get an argument with your spouse, whatever, right? And then you on TikTok and you see he see 30 sexy women, and you scroll and see 30 sexy men cooking and doing everything your man ain't doing, and I'm seeing women doing with my woman. Like, do you think that's like for real? I think it's crippling, because when you get in an argument with somebody, you'll look on there and say, "Oh, I wish mine would do that." Like I think it's real crippling. Like, do you think it's?
I think it's balanced. I just think it just depends on you as a person and how you take things. Like, is your glass half empty or is your glass half full? Like, that's just what it is. Because I also get on social media too, and I see people like date nights and fun times and doing good things too. So like, you get on social media and you see people putting all these lovable things on there too. Like, and then you see those things too, like, oh, he doing this for her and he not doing this for me. But like what is he doing for you? I know he's not doing that for you, but like, what is he doing for you? So like, that's when you have to outweigh your pros with your cons, right? Like, what's good for me, what's bad for you, like what's working for me, what's working for me. So like, you can't let social media take over your life. You just can't do it.
Yeah, you can't, but it happens. It
happens.
Especially
but the way that it happens is like, that's a you thing. You don't only just see bad stuff on social media too. Like, you see bad stuff and you be like, dang, like, I got a good man. Like, he ain't never did this to me. He'll never do this to me. But then also, he's never done this for me. But have you told him you have to, that he has to do that for you? I just feel like you have to teach people how to treat you. Music Soul Child, Teach Me How to Love. That's my favorite song ever.
Ooh, this girl know her music.
You have to teach me how to treat you. I could have been in a relationship with him and this is all he wanted. And this is all that I've known for the last 10, 15 years. And now I meet you and you want something different. You can't expect me to just, I hate when people like, oh, well, he should know or she should know. No, I shouldn't. I don't know you. Like,
you got to set boundaries from the get-go. So you got to set boundaries from the get-go.
I like that, what you said. I went through that. That thing of you should know me. No, I don't know you. Every day, it's learning something new about you. Every day, you can be with somebody 50 years and you're going to learn something new because people change. Yesterday, I like potato chips.
Exactly.
Tomorrow, I don't. People change. So I feel that.
We had that discussion too, talking about people change, but once you get to a certain age, man, it's hard to change. They say right. It's still in the system. It's still in it. You can hide some of your tendencies, but you still gonna be that person. It's rare that people change up in age around their 30s or 40s.
My boy King David. King David said so.
Go ahead.
King David wrote a comment. He said, so according to her programming, men aren't given a fair shake from jump. Yeah, from what you said, I can agree with that, because you said if women are taught, if you being raised to teach men are bad and assholes.
I just feel like people are not given a fair shake from the jump. I also said that about women too, though. Like, we're also perceived to be the Black woman with attitude. Like, we just automatically have an attitude. If I have a strong personality, or if I'm passionate about the things that I believe in or that I say, then I'm perceived as a woman with an attitude. I don't necessarily have an attitude. Like, I believe in this. I'm passionate about it. I'm not the head shaking, finger snapping type of woman, but I may be perceived at times with a woman with attitude just because I'm like I'm strong, I'm dominant, like I'm passionate about what I mean and what I say, but that don't mean I have an attitude. Like, let's sit back, let's talk about it. But I feel like we're all programmed to some extent, and that's just the way that just the way that it was created. It just depends on, like, I know it, you know it, like, what are we going to do to deprogram ourselves, or like, are we even working towards that? So we're all programmed to some extent.
Like, we all domesticated by our families and our environments. I think you have to be shown something. You have to be shown something, or shown an example to know, like, what is wrong in your environment. You know, let's see. We got Miss Shaniqua. She got another one up here. Let's see what she got. It says, not hard to change. You change at work, so why not change for a relationship?
It's hard. I've been through that. I done been through trying to change something, but sometimes I ain't gonna lie, you get punched in your stomach. It's like a football playing football. Somebody throw a football hard in your chest and you lose wind. So I done went through trying to change. I went through trying to change for being cheating, lying, everything. But then it's like, you know what make that hard? When you with a person who keeps bringing that up. When you done changing, but every time you go to somebody steady bringing up the past, or they saying, oh, you did this. You do remember you did this. I thought we was done with that. I thought you forgave me for that. But that's what make it hard to change, because when you with a person like that, you mean like me, forget it, man. Like, I done tried. I done changed you and you still ain't noticing. You still, no matter how much I change, you still going back doing what I said in the past or what I did in the past, but I'm showing you change. Now, so that's why it's hard for men. I'm speaking on the men to change. Men do change, but it's like some women don't respect that change. If I change, Why are you steady bringing up stuff I did back in the day?
The reason why, well,
That's
you're not gonna,
real.
Battle, like
Real,
people
and I
battle,
received
yeah,
that.
you can change, but
changing at work is different than changing in a relationship.
Because
Changing
people
at
getting a
work,
paycheck. They getting a
Yeah,
paycheck.
and not
They
only
gonna
that,
play
like
a cash.
you've grown up changing in different environments, right? So your persona at home or at school, that's not the same persona. It's some things that you did at school that you wouldn't do in front of your mama, and it's some things that you did at home that you didn't do outside. So like that's the same thing as like going to work. That's just 40 hours a week, right? But in a relationship, that's every day, all day.
Yeah.
Like you can't put on a different persona in a relationship. Like you have to be who you are every minute, every second, every hour. So that's not even the same thing.
yeah, it's easy to change, but that person's heart's not gonna forget what you did to them. So that it's always gonna be in the back of their head.
So it's like it's no true forgiveness. So, but to move forward, you have to forgive. You have to forgive. Are you steady going? So if you ain't gonna forgive each other, you might as well leave the relationship. You gotta have forgiveness.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might.
Because you ain't about to have
most people
me in the doghouse
stuck
forever.
together and they not forgiving, they stubborn, and it's never gonna go nowhere.
So I guess that's where your toxic conversation comes up, right? Yep. So if I'm still with you after you did what you did, like, do I forgive you? But if I'm still bringing it up, I thought you forgave me. Like, why are we still bringing it up? So who's gonna leave? Like, are we gonna both continue to remain toxic? Because at this point, that's what it is. You've done this to me. I can't let it go. I know that I've changed, and you're not letting it go. So like, why are we still together? Like, who's gonna leave at this point? And like, that's how shit just becomes toxic.
But what's crazy, the crazy person don't want you to leave. They like, you know what I'm saying? It's like a drug.
They don't want you to leave, and you don't want to leave though. Like, it ain't
exactly,
the
because you could definitely
the blame
leave.
is not more on anybody else. So like, they don't want you to leave, right? But like, if you wanted to leave, you like, okay, I changed and I'm doing better, and I know that I'm not doing this no more. So go. Why you not going either? Like, why you still here? Why is it up to me?
Yeah.
Because of that word, that undefined word, love. People think it's people who think they know love, or think they in love, or think love is what love is. And when you got people telling, one thing they tell you when you get married, they tell you, if God put you together, y'all a union, and He don't break it apart. And if y'all do this, they make it like y'all glue, super glue. But you going through real, like, you ain't really supposed to be with this person. But you got people telling you, it's united. I mean, y'all supposed to go, the hard times and good times is in your vows. You're supposed to go through break and broke. But how you deter that, you know what I'm saying, when it's too much, when you fed up?
So a lot of y'all have seemed like everybody has a lot of different experiences. So I guess my main question would be, is there anyone here that has actually been in a real healthy relationship? And if so, how is it healthy? And if not, then that's a whole nother story. But has there anyone here ever been in a healthy relationship yet?
That's a good question. Nope. And no. Wow, Hope, that's a good no. Man, okay. Never thought no. Y'all ain't.
Oh yeah. I've been in a healthy relationship.
Well, if you have been. So I guess that's a past tense. So not present.
Yeah. Past tense.
So what happened?
Because I feel like, because if you say healthy,
I had to come back to America.
Oh, well.
Different. Okay.
It was distant.
You could be in a healthy relationship and it end. It could be reasons why a healthy relationship ends. You guys could have just fell apart and it could still been healthy. So,
well, let's build on that then. Let's build on it like a house. So let's start from the foundation. So let's help everybody out. We can help each other out. So what is y'all opinion then? How can you start a healthy relationship? The first thing I think is going to have to start with you. And your what's going on with you and in your mind and in your heart. And are we as individuals ready for a healthy relationship? Because the reason why we don't have a healthy relationship has got to start with us first. Something's not right with us first for us not to have or to have a healthy relationship. Is that true or false?
That's true.
Okay. So since that's true, so then my question is, how can we then begin to start a healthy relationship, starting with us first? Well, and that goes around to everybody. I'm just curious. How can you start a healthy relationship for yourself with a significant other?
With me, I'm gonna say it would be with me. I would say it would be omitting my toxicity within myself and fixing it, because, like they said, if you bring someone, you can bring someone to a relationship. It's going from the last relationship, it's gonna go into the next relationship. You got to kill that toxic or whatever that negative is in you. You can't even go into another relationship to that salt. All you're doing is bouncing from person to person with unresolved issues. So I believe you got to work on self first. You got to work on self. If I'm knowing I'm going in, I still got cheating tendencies, or lying tendencies, and I'm finna be with somebody, that's something I shouldn't do, but people do it every day. Because some people don't like being, simply the fact they don't like being alone. So they take that. They'll go find a victim. So with me, I think it's killing toxicity and then enter a relationship when you got that out the way. You got to work on self first. Should not. You got a lot of people in relationships who, like you said, it's like parents that's not ready, right? Yeah, you had a kid, but you're really not a mother. You're not a father. You're not ready. You can make a baby, but you're not ready. You're not a parent. It's a difference between making a baby and being a parent, being a real mother, being a real father. It's a difference. So the same thing in relationship, you got to work on you. That's me. My question. If I don't work on me, I'm never gonna be ready for nobody. No matter who I get with, no matter how good the woman is, no matter who God send me. If I don't work on me, never gonna be ready. That's right. So I think it's gonna be me first. I gotta handle everything with me.
Yeah, and that's I think that goes for a lot of people too. I think a lot of people go into it too, like just being toxic. Like I gotta get him before he get me, or I gotta get her before she get me. Like that's the mindset of people going into things instead of just receiving things for what it is and accepting it. Like I got this good person, I met this good person, they're good to me. But a lot of people also think like this is too good to be true. So like who am I? Like why do I deserve this? So this is not real. This can't be real. So then they do other things on the side, and like like you gotta go into it knowing like, okay, like I know I'm ready. Like this is good for me. This is what I prayed for. This is what I asked for. This is what I wanted. And now it's to me. You just gotta receive it. But a lot of people want to go into it as like, I need to make sure that I'm not getting played. So I'm gonna have my options open just in case this, like you going into it preparing to fail. So that's just.
You're not lying. Oh, you're not lying. I do that. Guilty. Oh my God.
Man, you gotta treat every new person with a clean slate, man. They did no dirt to you until they show you something. Until they show you something, then you start trying to address that. But if people in the past did all this stuff to you, don't bring all that drama and luggage into this new relationship. You know what I'm saying? I know it helps you keep your antennas up, but don't bring all that into the new relationship. I can honestly say that I've been in a situation like that, where a person had somebody who did all these things to them in the past, and I did none of these things. I had to constantly keep saying, I'm not that person that you was with. You know what I'm saying? I'm not that. I haven't shown you any of those things. So why are you coming at me like this? Why are you treating me like I ain't did none of that stuff these other people did to you? You know?
So what made you do that?
Made me do what?
Like, if I'm going in, I'm giving you 100% and I'm showing you this is who I am, but I'm still being blamed or crucified for something that somebody else is doing, like, I'm gone. Like, what am I doing this for? Like, what made you continue to say, like, I'm not this person. I've never done this to you. Like, please receive me for who I am. Like, you're giving her who you are. So, what made you just go through that?
So from the first episode, go ahead.
Go ahead, because I saw some good characteristics in this person. I thought they had more good characteristics than bad. Yeah. And then I felt like they had more better or more good characteristics than people in my past. I said, if we can just work through this person to be a way better person, because I love this person. Also, other times it was because I was married. You know what I'm saying?
Before the next one talks, y'all make sure y'all go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Men Can't Always Podcast. Make sure you like, follow, and you share. Okay, who's next?
Me. So I'm gonna dwell on your question too, and I'm gonna say we actually talked about that, and we got to see you the episode. You got to see that first episode, but we actually talked about that, and a lot of reasons make people hard to leave. In my situation, like I said, I have children. So you in a relationship with somebody for 2 or 3 years, these children get yoked. Like I say, it's if you single like you are, you ain't got no kids, no ties, it's easy for you to walk away from someone. When you tied in, it ain't easy to always to get up and go. That's why you got people suffer through stuff because they suffering stuff through their kids. It's not easy to always get them to go. Living situation can have you sitting there. You can't pick up all your stuff and just walk out the door. You don't have the money to leave. It's a whole bunch. You ain't got the car to leave. It's a whole bunch of situations. So it's not always easy to leave a situation, especially if you're dependent, which is another toxic thing. If you go into a relationship dependent, you crippling yourself. I don't believe you should go into anything dependent. If you're dependent on you're gonna be crippled. Like just somebody can always hold over your head. You get what I'm saying? And that's another thing. People go into these relationships broken and dependent too.
Yeah, you
I
must
believe when
become.
a woman. That's why I believe when a woman when a woman find her independency or something, men can't deal with it because now I'm stronger. I see your BS. Women like it's a change in them. And men be like, oh damn, what happened, baby? I used to be able to call you and we good. She ain't for your mess no more. You done taught her the game on the back. You didn't realize you were teaching the game, but she done caught up now. So she ain't for your BS no more. You know what I'm saying? It's just I call it a pimp nation. It's a totally change out here, man. For real. For real. It is, bro.
Yeah, I feel like you got to become the ultimate version of yourself before you should get in a relationship. Unless you like mentally, if you're not mentally ready, it's gonna cause a problem. You're not financially ready, it's gonna cause a problem. So until you become the ultimate version of yourself, you shouldn't even step into a relationship.
That's true.
But let me ask this question though. Women that do make the money, that do have the power. Say you're a lawyer and you got this man, he's a janitor, right? Do you still, what's the problem? I see most days, even though he's supposed to be leading, he's not. Do y'all have a problem if y'all was making money in the bread one day? Y'all got a problem yielding to the man? If he not even up to your stature, he a good man. He doing, but he just don't make the money you make. He don't.
Do you have a problem doing what?
Yielding to, how you supposed to follow that man. But some women make that money, but I ain't finna follow you. You gonna tell me what to you know what I'm saying? It's that's what's happening out here too. You got them pants up here at the neck.
Amazon, you've been quiet, sis. You've been quiet, sis. You got this one, sis.
So no,
you can't tell y'all
to answer the question.
Nothing no more. Nothing.
To answer the question to that, I don't have any problem with that. I don't see there being a problem. I'm just not that type of woman. If I make the money, I make the money. I don't have a problem with a man taking charge, being the head of the household. That is not a thing to me. If anything, please be the head of the household. Please take charge. Please get some of this off my back. So the whole narrative that women don't want men to be head of the household is crazy to me. When I hear men say that, it drives me crazy because I'm like, that is not what we're saying. What we're saying is, you can be the head of the household, but just know how to lead us. Don't lead me down a rabbit hole, because if that's what you're gonna do, I'm not gonna give you the reins to do that. So, by all means, if you want to lead, if you want to do that, go ahead, baby. I'm gonna sit back and you do that. And I'm gonna be a dainty little lady in the corner, and I'm gonna let you have that. I want that. But it's just, I've ran across too many men that just, in fact, do not know how to lead.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna say this. I gotta say this in case y'all don't know. I'm gonna introduce y'all to something. As opposed as a woman, as a woman itself, a woman without knowing first about herself, a woman nor a man can't know himself, but certainly a woman can never truly know herself and then get in a relationship and have a successful relationship unless that woman is connected to the source that created her, that gives her that womb to birth more children in the world, to cause more nations to grow and to prosper. That woman has to have a fear and a love for someone deeper than themselves or their parents. And that will always go back to God. God, in my opinion, is the foundation and the strength of a woman that gives that woman the power, the endurance, and the ability to lead the children, the home, and to have a successful relationship and in society. Society as itself can never prosper without the strength of a woman. And the reason why, in my opinion, based on what I know and believe, when the serpent came down, we're gonna go back a little bit from the scriptures, because I always gotta draw back from the scriptures. When Eve was placed here and she came from the rib of the man, the first attack came to the woman, not to the man. And after the woman was attacked and she was disrupted, from knowing who she was and her connection with God, then the world had to suffer, and the womb had to also suffer, and pain came from the womb. So so a woman must always reconnect, in my opinion, from my faith and from my belief, to the main source, which is God. And until a woman finds her true source in God, that woman will never find a man and will never be happy, will never be satisfied, but first without her first love, which is God. And now when it comes to a man, nowadays women are going and looking for men. The roles are reversing. A man should always be the leader and the one that goes after the hunt for the woman. And if the woman does the hunting for the man, that's why we still see an imbalance in our families, because the women are doing more than what the men should be doing. And when you do that, in my opinion, that's why our culture and in our homes are so self-destructive, because the woman is doing more than the man, when the man should always do more than the woman by leading by example for the woman and for the children, in my opinion.
The woman is doing more than the man in every aspect. Like the roles are reversing in every aspect, you mean?
Is
that what you're saying?
Women have always
reversed. I hear what you're saying. He's saying like the role, it is reversed. Like he's saying women are doing more, like handling more than the man should handle, handling the kids, handling the bills, handling right. It's women, but it's a lot of women, I want to say, cradling these sorry men, letting them lay on the couch, play video games, and sit around just to have somebody around, just to say, "Oh, I got a man here." They like condoning it. It's crippling. They crippling themselves with it. So you got a lot of women allowing it,
and a lot of men are doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, so a lot of men are doing it. A lot of women are allowing it. Like, it's just not balanced. Not to put the blame on men or not to put the blame on women. It's just imbalanced. So it's not balanced. It's not like, how do we find balance? Like where at what point does a man know, like, I shouldn't be sitting at home all day playing video games while she out working, she's taking care of the kids, she getting the kids, and then at what point does the woman know, like, this is unacceptable, like, I need some help, and I'm not requiring him to help me out, like where does the balance come in at?
In my opinion, that's why it's always important, based on what I know, and just based on when you're connecting with another person, especially when it comes to men and women on a physical and spiritual level. When you this is where the problem, when you engage with a woman, or a woman engage with a man, and it's physical first without it being spiritual and emotional, that's what caused the friction, because now you already tainted your temple. Your temple is supposed to remain clean for that man that's supposed to be your husband, or that woman is supposed to be your wife. But when we go past that point and we're already having sex with that woman or that man, then that causes more problems. And God forbid when you have children involved. I mean, so do we have some kind of achievement or understanding on that part or no?
But I got my reality help, man, Kyle. For real, bro. I'm just be real with you, man. People out here sexing, bro. Like, for real, bro. Like, it's a whole different nation. They out here getting it in, so all that, they not, I got a history. They not
our nation is not.
You got to figure out what we're going to do after that, because a lot of people, they not, when I look at it, I'm not thinking about all that. I ain't gonna be real with you. I ain't thinking about none of that. You know what I'm saying?
Our nation has lost its tradition. We're not traditional anymore.
Yeah.
So
now I'm gonna go back to what Hoverman said. He talking about it's reverse, where the women are pursuing the men when the men supposed to pursue the women. All right, women in our generations, women have always pursued men. Every year we got the All-Star game, right? We got the NBA All-Star game, right? You got thousands of women flying down to the All-Star game. What they trying to do? They're not going down there to watch the game. They're going down there trying to get some ball players.
Yeah.
You don't see men flying to the WNBA All-Star game trying to get them ball.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? So it's been
I don't want no woman talking to me anyway.
And also, man, we had Dr. Dre album, The Chronic. It said on the album, Eddie Griffin was on there. Girl, make sure you got a good job, girl. Make sure you can do this, girl. You know what I'm saying? It's always been that way.
So how y'all feel about?
That's just because when men pursue women and women pursue men, they're pursuing it for two different things, right? You don't have to go to an all-star game to get the type of woman that if you're just going out looking for women. You're just going out looking for women. You're just looking for a baddie, somebody that look good, somebody that you could smash, somebody that'll look good in front of your homeboys. You don't have to go to all-star weekend for that. So when women go out and they pursue men, like they looking for a baller, they looking for somebody that can take care of them. Maybe they 2, 3, 4, 5 kids. You're not finna go outside and go up the road to the club and find that. So like when women go to pursue men, they have a different agenda. If y'all go to pursue a woman, so that's why you don't have to go to the WNBA games or you don't have to go to whatever. It's just two different agendas, and that's why it's two different.
So you saying that you looking at men as a provision then?
Oh no, I'm not saying
only
that.
3%.
I'm saying though,
only 3% of men make that kind of.
I'm
Only
not
1% of men make that kind of money. The average man don't make that kind of money.
I'm not speaking for Tiffany. I'm just going based off of the example that he just gave, and I'm just saying like that's why.
No, I was just saying.
When y'all get treated bad by the man, get cheated on and everything, crying, boo-hooing like the Khloe Kardashian is no understanding. You want that baller, right? Huh? That baller.
Baby, if I'm gonna get cheated on, I'd rather get cheated on. Yes, by a baller than yes. If I got a man on your couch, I'm sorry. If I got 2 men that's gonna cheat on me, if I got 2 men that's gonna cheat on me, yes, please cheat on me with all the money. Please cheat on me with all the money instead of cheating on me with none of the money. Yes. To answer your question, yes.
So you can get cheated on by a rich man, but you can't get cheated on by a broke man.
No, she don't want to get cheated on by either one of them, but she's saying that if you had a choice, no, she's saying if it had to be a choice.
You just say
let Amazon got to speak.
I gotta get my charger. Hold on, y'all. I'm sorry.
Let Amazon got to speak.
She wasn't saying that she said if she had to choose, she would choose getting cheated on by the rich man instead of the poor man. Which I mean, that's common sense. Like if she had to choose, how's that common sense?
Oh my God! What I'm saying, not no common sense. That's insane.
No, it's not. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm saying if she was thrown out these two choices, hey, it's gonna happen. Which one would you rather be cheated on by? The rich man or the poor man? Why? I can cry in the Bentley rather than at the bus stop. What you talking about? That's a no-brainer.
But in the end of the day, it's Bentley right out your goddamn pockets. That's what he gonna do. He gonna come back and repo that. Gone.
No, what I'm saying is if those were the only choices, that's what I'm saying. If it was gonna happen, which one would you do? I mean, that's a no-brainer.
It should be neither. It should be neither.
Yeah, neither. I mean, of course, if you had neither, because I don't want to be cheated on. But I'm saying if those were the only two options, then yeah, come on.
So you're saying a lot of women are dominant because of the benefits they get, so they sit through it.
No, I didn't say that. That makes no sense to me. I'm
but
totally
they do it.
They probably do, but
Chloe, that boy Chloe done got. I just can't take no more stories about Chloe.
But Chloe not there for his money. She got her own money. But my thing is, I can't do cheating. Just personally for myself, I can't do cheating because my mind wanders too much. If you tell me you're going to the store for your grandmother, I'm gonna think you out with another woman. I can't do that. So that's a dead issue with me. If I find out you're cheating, you gotta go. I'm gonna cry about it a couple of months. But that's it for me. I can't do that. That's a non-negotiable for me.
All right, now King David put in the chat, man, just because he's rich, that means he will dog you out even harder. And most people in that position won't give you the opportunity to even get ahead. They aren't stupid.
Yeah, they will. If they got money, that's how they get you. Like they'll hold that over your head. That's another reason why most women these days they'll say, "Oh, well, you think you got money and you want to run everything." No, you will never hold money over my head, sweetie. We won't do that. And so that's another thing there. It's like, now that I think that's a disconnect too, because now that women do make the money and they have the degrees and things like that, a man has to come with more than money now.
to pursue a woman. Like your money is not gonna get it because I can pay my own bills.
See, but the thing about that though, men have always majority of the time men have always came with more than money. They came with protection, leadership, and provision. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all want more and more. Y'all want more and more.
In most cases, because I'm not saying all men. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying all. I'm not one of those women. All men are dogs. That's not me. But in a lot of cases, you know, even back when my mama and my grandmother, the man came home. He worked all day. He had the money. He paid the bills, and she cooked, cleaned, took care of the kids and everything else. And he, he did his thing. He mowed the yard or something like that. But I mean, emotional support and everything like that. A lot of times those men, they were too tired to sit there and talk to her and rub her feet and everything like that. So, yeah.
But they took her to the house and they took her to kids. And she didn't have to do nothing but cook and clean and lay on her back. But now these men, they want 50-50 when they pick and choose. They get to pick and choose what part they want 50-50 of. So if we're doing 50-50, that's fine. I understand. That's cool. I love to work anyway. I can't sit around the house and do nothing all day. That's fine. But you can't pick and choose what part of 50-50 you want. Like, so you want 50-50, like you want me to help you with these bills. You want me to work. You want me to do this. But then I 100% got to take care of the kids. I 100% have to help them with their homework. I 100% have to do the laundry. I 100% have to cook. No, we can't pick and choose. If we're doing 50-50, we're doing 50-50. That's the sentence. 50-50 is the sentence.
Hurt my feelings.
You can't pick and choose which part of 50-50 you want.
Exactly.
You hurt my feelings with that one. Just taught me a lesson. Because I'm gonna wash clothes. I'm gonna wash the clothes.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I don't want to clean the bathroom.
I'm gonna wash the clothes, man. I'm gonna wash the clothes, man. Put a load on or something. I'm still learning my black and my colors, man. I'm trying to, give me a minute. I'm getting together.
And baby, if you need some help, I'm gonna teach you. But I'm not gonna do. We gonna do this laundry together.
We're gonna do it together.
What about that? No, listen to what you
I got you. Huh? I didn't hear you.
Listen to what you just said. Why don't people? You just said it, but you brought that. Why is it hard for people to teach people how to love them?
I don't know.
It's so easy, right? You would think it'd be so easy. Like, let me tell you how to love me, and you tell me how to love you. But why?
So many people be like, well, he should know. If you my man, he should know. If she my girl, no, she shouldn't. That's weird to me. I hate when people say that. How the hell am I supposed to know you? Teach me. Teach me how to love you. Teach me how to treat you. Like, I can't read your mind. Like, you don't require, your love language is not the love language it's not my love language. It's not the love language that I'm used to. Like, teach me how to love you. Like, I don't know. That's weird to me. I hate to hear people say that. Now, it's another thing if, like, I told you, like, this is what I desire, this is what I require, and then you still don't do it. Okay, well, I've told you this, I've tried to show you this, and you're still not receiving it, and you're still not doing it. And then, like, that's something different. But, like, if you just go into something automatically thinking, oh, just because we're together, this is how he should know how to love me, like, that's weird.
All right. Well, first of all, let's make sure that y'all like and subscribe and you join the YouTube channel, Men Can't Always Be Wrong Podcast. Now, John Sampson says, you cannot be in a masculine frame and what a man is able to provide 100% of the finances.
I read that, but I don't understand what he's saying.
So you're trying to say that if a man ain't providing 100% of the finances,
I think what he's trying to say,
the man of the house.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So financially, if you can't provide 100%, you can't be the man.
Well,
Do you agree with that?
If a man can't, if not 100% of can provide financially for themselves and certainly not for the woman, then certainly he shouldn't be in a relationship until he can, in my opinion.
Well, that's
in my opinion. But
man, somebody be waiting a long time.
No, I mean, I feel like that's a different conversation though. But that's that's a conversation that a lot of men are not ready to talk about though.
In a relationship, that's cool because you ain't. But nowadays, man, we see a lot of men paying houses and all that. They ain't even married. But I ain't doing all that. I mean, in a relationship, that if I'm taking a woman out and all that kind of stuff, that's cool. I'm cool with all that. But if I'm with a relationship and this woman and I ain't married to you and this woman want me to pay her bills and all that, you got the wrong brother. I ain't doing all that. That's just me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I only do that for if I'm going to be married. I'm holding all that for my wife when I get to that point. But until I get to that point, there is no way a woman should be expecting a man or vice versa for all this. You want your car notes to be paid, you want your house to be paid, you want your rent to be paid, and all this kind of stuff. Whoa.
Where do you find
balance,
right?
Giving
the same energy.
Where do you find a balance? Because I wholeheartedly agree with you. However, I do feel like too, like I feel the same way. Like I'm not gonna do wifely duties either if you're not my husband. So no, I'm not gonna clean up after you. No, I don't want to cook for you every night. But then in turn, it makes him say like, oh, do I really want to marry her? Am I really gonna propose to her? Like, where do you find a balance? So if I see that this man is not like he don't want to provide for me and take care of me, then it's like, oh, does he really want to be my husband? I feel like it's the same thing. Like where do you find the happy medium with it? Like how do you, like, where do you go with that?
That's a good question. This is very well, in my opinion, that's where the communication comes is where you know where your finances is at, you know where his finances is at, and if you struggling in one area and then that's something that y'all have to know. Okay, am I able to work with this person until we get to that point? And if we get married and something goes wrong, that comes with time. Well, can he handle this? Or can she handle this problem? Can I handle this problem? Or can we work together with the simple things first? That's how you find the balance, and then you just feed off one another. This goes beyond liking. Now, if you ain't serious with the person, you shouldn't even be thinking or even trying to take stuff to the next level. Now, but if you want to take stuff to the next level with that person, then that's what it comes to, y'all. When that love comes in, if you love that person, you're willing to work things out. That comes through communication. That comes to trust. That comes to being honest with one another. It ain't nothing holding back. Ain't no one lying. Ain't nobody got no secret phone on the side, no secret woman, a man on the side. Everything got to be laid out on the table at first. And then once you know where that person is at, then y'all are able to grow and decide whether or not, okay, if I can work with her with this, I know I can go to the next level and work with her on this, or vice versa, in my opinion.
You giving traditional, and I'm not saying okay, that there's anything wrong with that. Like I love that. Like I really do love that. However, I just don't feel like we're living in a world of traditional anymore.
And you know what? And
Thank you. No, we're not.
And, you know, and I'll just say
not in this side of the world.
No, not in this side of the world.
If we can't,
we go to the east.
Okay, like for instance. When we wake up in the morning, we brush our teeth. That is not tradition. That is a normal thing to do. So how is it if we all wake up in the morning and brush our teeth? It may be different, but we all brush our teeth. How come when it comes to a traditional way of doing a traditional way of love, how is that traditional and that's the old way? But if the new way ain't working, what do you go back to? You go back to the traditional way.
Waking up in the morning and brushing my teeth. That's a routine.
Yeah, that's different.
So your routine may not be my routine. So that's a little bit different. But traditional, when you say if tradition is not working, go back to tradition. That's for people that's been through tradition. So now our new people have never been through tradition, right? It's not traditional for this new generation or whatever we're dealing with right now. So like, how can they go back to something that they've never been through? So yeah, if my mama or my grandma, they got divorced and they looking for love, then whatever they doing now is not working. It's like, okay, let's go back to tradition. But you can't tell that. Like, you can't tell somebody who's never gone through tradition to go back to tradition. Like they've never been through that. Okay, so then my next question is, what is your definition of tradition? Is loving someone and trusting someone, that's tradition? That's a traditional way? That's not normal? No, that's not what I'm saying. I mean, we're basically almost talking about like gender roles and like what I'm gonna do or what I'm not gonna do. And that's just not loving someone. Like you can love me and not make me your wife, right? I don't have to be your wife for you to love me, but I do have to be your wife for you to provide and protect. You know what I mean? So like, I don't have to be your wife for you to love me. You can love me. That's the sentence. You can love me, you know? Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So like, for me to be your wife, then that's when the tradition comes in. Like we have to, that's why I'm just saying, like, just listening to what you're saying. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Like, again, I love that shit. Like, I love it. But I just don't think that we have a lot of traditional people. I'm not even going to say traditional men. We don't have a lot of traditional people to choose from. And that's just
I agree.
I
agree. We don't have a lot of traditional people.
The problem is, and I'm going to say this, the problem with men and women, we giving, so however, man, you want to jump on religion saying, you know, the problem is, and this the main problem, we give all to people we ain't even married and yoked to. You know who you give y'all to? Everybody on here done gave y'all to a boyfriend or girlfriend or a person they not even with. Seriously, you're not yoked to that person unless you've been married. But if you've never been married one time, you giving all this to other people you ain't even that's what I'm saying. So you giving this, you yoking up with people you ain't even supposed to be yoking up with. You giving all this to other people. So how are you gonna cross that barrier? You ain't gonna cross over. We keep giving ourselves away. We giving our flesh away. We give our love away. We give our passion away, and it's always to the wrong people. And like all that stuff, like you say, it's supposed to be held to them, but it's hard. She right. It's a new generation. People ain't living like that no more. Like it ain't them days ain't coming back. Them days ain't coming back. People move ahead to take them days ain't coming back, man. So we gotta adapt to what's happening now. We gotta teach them what's happening, because all that going back, ain't nobody finna go court dating and it's out of there. Too much internet. It's out of there. It's too fast.
Men do court. Some men do court. Some men still do court. They are out there. So.
Yeah, some men that do. You're right. They do.
And baby, I'm not saying that they don't exist, but
no, what they at,
it's few and far between.
I'm not okay. I'm just saying,
make it
like,
make sense.
even with you, Amazon, like men do court, yes.
Mm-hmm.
So like, out of the last maybe 10, 20 dudes that maybe you've dated or talked to, how many of them courted?
Not 10, 20. Wait a minute.
Yeah, right.
I'll
do the same thing.
It ain't like even if I just say 5 or 10. I was okay. That was me. Listen. That was me. Like, that was me not trying to put your business out there, but it's not like these people would know who they are or anything. So that was just me thinking too far. You know what I mean? So I apologize, but like, okay, out of the last 5 men, let's say the last 5 men that you dated, how many of them courted you?
1.
Oh, I'm gonna add this: courted you without intention. Yeah, answer that question.
Everybody has intention.
Nah, you say straight courted. If a man courted you for attention, and you know what attention,
you said
without intention, right?
With intention. Like I can court you, but I have it's a reason why I'm trying.
With intention or without intention?
With
intention of what?
I mean, with a goal in hand, with a goal in mind.
What goal?
You talking about end goal being married?
You court them before they get the cookies. Let's be real. I got to take you on 3 dates, all that before we can even cross the road. Some men do that. They'll play their role.
So what if he courts you, get the cookie, and then continues to court you?
Yeah.
Because you're still giving cookies. I mean, I like Girl Scout cookies.
Else.
Huh?
Girl Scout.
I like Girl Scout cookies. I mean, you got Girl Scout cookies. I'm gonna keep coming back over and over, especially the mint ones. Oh,
but you only get Girl Scout cookies once a year.
You don't want to know what I do.
You only get Girl Scout cookies once a year.
That's right. That's why.
Bad example.
Yeah.
Sometimes twice a year.
Sometimes.
Great.
Now,
I have go ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. You gonna answer. You gonna ask the question. I'll listen to you.
No, I was gonna say you had some things you wanted to say about the episode that we had. What you got?
So no, I was gonna ask the question actually, because I have a lot of single friends. I have a lot of single female friends. I'm not gonna say they're the best women in the world. I'm sorry, my light just went off. I'm not gonna say that they're the best women in the world or anything like that. But they're pretty decent women, good jobs, things of that nature. But they're single. And I want to know, what do you guys think is the disconnect? Why is it that the good men and the good women are missing each other?
Oh, that's a good question.
Because I feel like it's really good men out there, and it's really good women, but it's like they keep missing each other. for some reason. What do the men think that is?
I think your
That's
friend
a great
touched on it.
question.
I think, man, you see it a lot. The good women pick bad guys, and the good guys pick bad women.
Nah, T Swin. Tiff
That's
touched on it on a
simple
whole
answer.
deeper level. She said because people don't trust, bro. You scared. When you get to perfection, you scared it's not real, so you mess it up. I done been with perfect people, straight people, and I mess it up because I'm nervous. And I do that. And women do it too. Like it's because you'll meet a good person, but it's something. I think what she said, man, is like you scared, you don't think it's real. You don't think
How old are you?
Who?
You.
18.
Oh.
Yeah.
I had gray hair early. Now I'm 42.
And to go off that, I've been with people and I've realized that some people are not used to having peace in relationships. People are so used to toxic stuff and having a battle. And for myself, I can only speak for myself. I'm not a battling woman. I don't like to yell. I don't like to argue. I'm not going to curse you out and call you out your name.
Dealt with a battling
and so
person,
when I get with a man who's used to that, he's like, what's this? What are we good?
Because
we can just
baby,
sit in
I
the room
can't
and
even
not
get
talk
used to
and
it
we
yet.
can just
So I can't
vibe.
imagine how the men be with you. I can't even get used to it. She don't yell, she don't argue, she don't fuss, she don't fight, and she gonna cut it off. And I just be like, what is happening right now? So like I can't even understand.
Hey, but don't you think it's sometimes it's necessary to fight to so you can understand each other? You know what I'm saying? Don't you think that's necessary sometimes?
See, this is the thing. I'm not a mute, so I can communicate all day. We can communicate, but once you yell at me, all bets are off. I hear nothing. Like once a curse word or you yelling, that's nothing. You might as well dead it, baby, and go talk to the wall. Because I'm not doing that with you. And like she'll attest to it. Like that's
and baby,
not...
and that's why I'm different, because I need to hear you. I don't hear you. Because if she was my man, baby, go ahead, get out the door. Because you don't care and you just too nonchalant for me. So it's just different.
It's not nonchalant. It's just that I'm not gonna. I don't want to fight you. Like if you have a problem, you have an issue, talk to me. Okay, baby, let's talk. Let's go. I already cooked. Here goes some wine. Let's talk about it. What's up?
Ain't nothing wrong with
but if you
want
to,
now and then, now.
Yeah, I'm not.
Don't
doing
say
that
now. Now, sometimes you just gotta wrestle and get it out. Sometimes
you
gotta go get it out. Now I can't do all the quietness all the time.
That's what I'm saying.
All the time will drive me crazy.
Baby, she gonna be quiet, and
that's
she
what I'm
gonna
saying.
be like,
that drives people crazy.
"Oh man, help you."
Yeah, that's I can't just look at you. I'm like, man, you don't hear what I just said?
Did you not just hear me?
Just sit there and look at you.
I heard you.
Yes, I did hear you. Here, sit down. You want to eat while we talk about it?
No, I need cuss me out. Do something. I need
please, because I'm not.
So do you see what I'm saying?
So is it wrong that I like some type of toxic though? Like I find some type of toxic good.
I don't
like no toxic. No toxicness.
But I don't necessarily think that's toxic though. Like that gets me to feel like every emotion, right? So I get to feel your happiness. I get to feel your sadness. I get to feel your anger. I get to feel every side of every emotion from you. But like, Amazon,
you don't need to argue. You don't need to argue with me.
She's just level. So like whether she's happy, if she happy, you're gonna hear that little giggle. But if she's sad or if she mad or if she's disappointed, like she's just level. And that's fine. That works for her. I need to feel every emotion. I need to be able to tell, like, okay, he's happy, or he's sad, or he's disappointed, or he's angry. Like, I need to feel every emotion so I can know how to continue. But
the way I feel, the way I feel is that it's
healthy. I think only arguments are bad when you have an argument where you tearing the other person down. You can have an argument where you building somebody up and still having a debate argument, but them argument where you tearing somebody down, and you be like, you should have been better. You could have been this. Or he done.
See, I don't.
That's when it get like, don't tear somebody down. Like, don't.
Yeah,
what were you gonna say, JB?
I'm not that toxic. I'm not gonna sit up here and talk shit just because I'm mad at you. Like, no, I don't do that.
I was gonna say that some people say we're two we love each other, but we're two different kind of personalities. Like, I'm fearing the fact that I'm gonna hurt your feelings if I tell you how I feel. So I stuff it, and I keep stuffing, and I keep stuffing. Eventually, what's gonna happen? I'm gonna explode. So
Yeah.
where you think the line is, as far as communications, that two people could be in love, but since they can't communicate a certain way, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm a person who's expressive, and you're a person who's quiet and want to be. So
I think communication should be your foundation.
yeah.
So I think like before you love me, before you fall in love with me, or before I fall in love with you, communication should be our foundation. And if we're not there, then we shouldn't even be together. Like if I can't communicate with you, if I can't just tell you like something little that you did that pissed me off, like, yeah, we don't even need to be together. Like communication should be the foundation. And then like everything else will follow.
And the only curse the way you handle things, Amazon, is like you say you're quiet, but on thing, like she said, I wouldn't know if I'm your man. I wouldn't know what you're really thinking.
Yes,
so that quietness kind of hurts
because I communicate. I communicate very
but you
well.
Say you shut down. So I don't
know.
No. She don't shut down. She communicates. Like she used her words, but she's not gonna be mad at you and be like, "Oh, fuck, nigga." Like she gonna be like, "Hey, like let's."
Yeah, I need her to do that though because like I don't need she calm, but then I need her to like I need like because I can't go to sleep. I ain't gonna be able to go to sleep. No, I can't sleep.
If I'm upset, you know.
I'm be on the phone with T Swin like T Swin. She was too calm, bro. Like, bro, I said 1,000 cuss words. She ain't saying nothing.
Hey, she on her way. If she in my window,
man, you gotta watch out for somebody like that. You can't.
That scares you. You're scary.
You can't sleep. You can't sleep with somebody like that. You better sleep with one eye open.
But I'm not.
That's
I'm not a bad person. And then here's my thing. I've been in situations with people who are very like their tongue is like they can talk a bunch of crap, and like it takes a lot to piss me off. But me in my mind, I know once you piss me off, it's up. I don't like to be there. And so I know how to, keep it. I know how to keep it. And I know my tongue is deadly if I want it to be. And I don't want to do that. And so, I keep it. I'm pretty tame. But if I'm upset, I like to communicate. I use my mouth to communicate. I don't have to flatten your tires or pop up at your house, bust your window.
Yeah, in the bushes.
I do.
No, I don't. And if it gets too rowdy,
I don't bust windows. I don't flat tires. I might pull up.
For your tires.
Not anymore.
Now if I flatten two,
I might pull up, but I'm not flattening. I'm not doing nothing that's gonna send me to jail. I'm not doing nothing that's gonna put me in jail because I don't belong.
Ain't nobody finna call the cops on you because you flat my tires. Really?
I don't know.
Y'all see what I'm talking
about? Gave me a contract and he said, if I get you ain't nobody going to jail. So you got to worry about none of that.
Yeah. now I might
he needs that toxic. You say he needs that toxic. He will not last with somebody like me. Oh no. He'll commit.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I tell you.
But you be talking to me sometimes and I'll be like, how, sis? Like,
yeah, she'll ask you, she's like, you better than me.
Like, how many times I done told you that?
Yeah,
you better than me. Real bad. But
I just cut it. I cut it off. That's what I do. Instead of staying in the toxic situation to where, yeah, girl, he called me and this happened and blah, blah, blah. And next week I'm gonna tell you something else. I'm gonna just dead it. Like, I don't have to argue with you. We done. That's just it.
Well, all right. Well, we gotta wrap this up. And
this was exciting.
I'm hoping, and I know for a fact, I've learned a lot tonight. But one thing for sure is that throughout all this is that you have to choose your route that you're willing to take with a significant other. The route I would always take is I don't consider
Never ever. Thank you very much.
Wow.
I literally just said that I want to send me to jail. Baby, listen, I'm all talk, no action. Do you hear me? I run my mouth, but I'm not going to nobody's jail. I'm not getting nothing on my record. I've never been in jail. David, I'm not even calling you King. Do you hear me, David?
Go ahead,
Okay,
Hope, man.
I'm
Man, that
sorry.
was funny, man. Go ahead, Hope.
Hey, go ahead, my man. Wrap it up, bro.
Good. So all I want to say is that everyone has to know who they are, what route they're willing to take, whether it be traditional or this new wave that we are now facing in this society. And the route I choose to take is a route that has always worked from the beginning of time, and that is God first, knowing yourself second through God. And by having God and knowing yourself through God, everything else in life will come together for us as individuals as long as God is always first.
And at the end of the day, that's the end of the sentence. Like, that's it. Period. Exclamation point. Just put God first. And
all right, ladies, you guys, ladies, you guys got any end thoughts? Last thoughts?
He said who?
Y'all got any last thoughts?
I'm agreeing with Hoverman. What's your name, baby?
Hoverman Cobb.
Hoverman Cobb. Yeah. I'm right there with him.
Yep.
We just gotta put God first. And I feel like that's the problem, right? We didn't really acknowledge it that much. We didn't. Hoverman did, but we really didn't. But yeah, like that's the problem. Like we just gotta put God first.
I did.
Yeah. I mean, you mentioned it. Yeah. But like we didn't focus on it, right? And that's what I'm saying. So like at the end of the day, like that's what it is. That's what it needs to be. And I'm with you 110%.
Cool. My last comment gonna be and really enjoyed the show. Enjoyed y'all being good today. It was very a lot of education, a lot of things I didn't know I got perspective on. And I just want to say my last comment is I think a lot of people are going to really being friends instead of jumping the gun. And a lot of these relationships jump the gun. And instead of just being genuine friend, I think you genuine friends first, you'll know if that person for you. But a lot of people skip that friend button. Skip the friend button, go right to the next stage. So you got a lot of people out here don't even go through the friend stage. You jump straight. And I'm guilty of that. I jump straight to the relationship part. Like playing house when you was kids. It's time to make some babies. Forget playing house. That's what I did at the daycare. I'm just ready to make the babies. So, you know what I'm saying? But like
at the daycare.
I had being friends first, we had many babies. But you know what I'm saying? I think just be friends first, learn, and then when you be friends first, when you find your best friend, that's it. Like that person supposed to be your best friend. And if you find your best friend, like the most happiest people in the world I do see are best friends. They do everything together. They can't be apart. You can't pull them apart. They just best friends. So I think everybody concentrate on your best friend. Find your best friend. That's my remedy. Find your best friend, man. Not your best lover.
But don't be codependent. Another conversation for another day. But okay,
right.
Find your best friend. But
what'd you say? I need a codependent.
Don't be
I thought you
codependent.
said you never been to jail.
Not a codependent.
Oh, I didn't codependent. What you said?
Yeah. You told yourself. Should have told herself.
I said codependent, not codependent.
Hover man, help me out, man. That wasn't codependent, man. I
Yeah. JB?
Man, I'm just gonna say love is a crazy thing, man. I'm gonna end it at that. It's a crazy thing.
Wait, before we end, how many people up here are single and how many people are not?
Huh?
She said, how many people single?
How many people are single and how many people are not?
I plead the fifth.
I won't say it's complicated right now.
It's complicated.
Oh wow!
So everybody's complicated except us.
That's right.
Except us, as we single. Everybody is complicated.
Exactly.
I'm single.
I'm single, sure. Yeah, sure. For the time being, I'm single.
Yeah, me too.
Thank y'all for having us on. I enjoyed myself.
This was fun. This was fun. I had fun.
Good.
Hey, let's do it again some other day. And man, we appreciate y'all coming on with us and rocking with us.
Oh, my bad. And if y'all want to share any social medias, go to right quick. Mine is at LDC1_. You can find me at everything on at LDC1_. That's my social media. I'm also a producer. I do the music tracks and everything. So get at me if you need studio time, whatever. We out here.
I'm the guy T Swin, favorite rapping expediter. Transportation Music is on the way. That's my engineer, LDC1. Man, we make amazing music together. Y'all be on the lookout for that coming soon.
I don't have a closing. I'm gonna just say bye. Peace.
Y'all have a good night.
Good night, guys.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye.
All right, y'all. Y'all make sure y'all like, subscribe, share, and comment to the Men Can't Always Be Wrong podcast. It's your guy T Swin.
Boy JB.
LDC1. Let's go.
All right.
Hello, everybody. I am Dr. Tina J. Ramsey, and I want to share with you about CTR Media Network. Have you heard? CTR Media Network is a new standard of podcasting with over 30 plus podcasters. We reach 350 million global listeners worldwide in over 50 plus countries across all major podcasting and social media platforms. We have featured over 1,000 guests. What we specialize in is helping business owners, entrepreneurs, coaches, and fellow podcasters expand their visibility on our platform. We're all about positioning with visibility, connections, and teaching you how to monetize what you do. Let me tell you something. If you're a business owner, we have sponsorships opportunities. We have commercial slots. We also have opportunities for you to be a featured guest on any of our shows. So what are you waiting for? CTR Media Network is who we are, and this is where you need to be. So go to ctrmedianetwork.com and click our store feature so that you can see which opportunity fits your life and your budget so that we can get started working with you today.